Good morning, good morning. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's been a while since I've done one of these small, short updates. Today on Vulcan Energy, I thought I'd give the market a bit of time to kind of churn through its tantrum, and it seems to still be doing that. So I thought we'd analyze Vulcan Energy today, short term, medium term, long term. Long term being, let's say, 2 years, short term now, and medium term maybe 1 year. Let's define it like that. So I hope the volume is a lot better this time. I have responded to request. Got myself a mic. I hope it's working, and that the volume is better. Look forward to feedback on that. So let's look at the current share price. I'm just flicking this up, and as you can see, it's on a downward trend, and recently I actually increased my holdings in Vulcan. I never can get the timing right, but I don't regret doing that, even though it has gone a little bit lower over the last month compared to what I came in at for that extra 10%. If we look at so I'm showing you now the current lithium carbonate price. It's got a very similar shape, surprise, surprise, to Vulcan's share price, but now you can see that the price seems to be flattening a little bit at that low end. And I've got this particular graph from Trending Economics, just to make sure I'm referencing. So short-term explanatory factor, maybe, maybe not. Let's look at some other factors in the market. So what I'm flicking up now is the fear and greed index. Not 100% sure how this is calculated. It's just an index I follow from a colleague that sends it to me. Maybe for next time I'll do a bit more understanding on what underlies the calculations. But in general, the index has been towards extreme fear. And normally during those periods, a lot of small investors, even other big investors perhaps, that have a tendency to fly to safety, will sell, will be safe, will hold cash. But remember this, normally during these periods, you're selling at the low point, right? Now, those that are cash rich are able to buy companies where there's no noticeable difference in operations or prospects, now will be buying. I mean, it's that typical typical Warren Buffett adage, buy when the market's fearful and what is the one? No, when people or the market fearful, be greedy, and when people in the market are kind of happy as Larry and greedy, be fearful. So I think now I'm quite comfortable. We are at relative low points, and it's a really good time, for me at least, to buy. That's not advice. Do your own research. Investing is high risk. You can lose all your money, especially in companies that are not generating any revenues. Just be careful of that. Now, let's go into a bit kind of the medium term and what's been happening. So if I look at, let's draw this up. Yeah, if I look at the latest news flow, there's been a few news flows, steps towards initializing the lithium extraction optimization plant. But more recently, they announced a $200 million Australian dollar from the export agency ECA facility, which puts them in good stead to go into discussions for the equity debt structuring, finance structuring in November. That's what they've said. Now, that again, I would say, it's not the be-all and end-all, but it's another step. Positive. The other little bit of market news, as you've seen, I was talking about be greedy when the market's fearful. Australia's, when I say I mean not kind of the world's, Australia's richest person, Gina Rinehart, buying up lithium like crazy, big stakes in those top companies. She's multi-billionairess, right? So I would trust her judgment, frankly, more than my own. And I think in accordance with the current lithium price, share prices, the fear index, I mean, a great time in my view to come in and acquire and buy. Now here's a chart from again a colleague in my network. Oops, looking at the ASX in particular, lithium bang for your buck EV to total resources. Just look at the Vulcan bubble. Look where it is. I mean, it really is. It really is a right towards the left. Right towards the left. You get what I mean? Completely towards the left. Anyway, and that again is another indication of where the valuation is. So, what is the fear when Vulcan is continuing to release news flows, continuing to tick off on its milestones? What is the issue? Is it what we showed before, the fear index, the lithium price? Perhaps it's the fact that you have quite a large proportion of retail investors that are invested who may have more short-term needs, are skittish. I don't know, but there we have it. So that's a sign for the future. I mean, it's you know, if the company is going to do what it's going to do, it seems out of kilter on that particular valuation metrics. Take a look, see what you think. Another chart I got for you here. Let's look more now towards the long term. Just look at the projections for EV demand all the way out to 2050. But look at what we've got here in 2031. We project that 50% of all passenger vehicles sold will be electric. And if you look at still numbers from the likes of BYD, the likes of Tesla, those companies that have been able to move quickly, I mean, their demand for their products are flying, frankly speaking. Yeah, sure, there are some margin pressures here and there, which happens in all industries, but generally speaking, EVs are becoming more ubiquitous, more affordable. In fact, some of you Tesla fans may be upset about as to what I'm going to say, but my wife recently purchased a BYD Atto 3. I mean, great luxury inside. Okay, a bit simple looking on the outside. Fantastic drive, nice features. The interior is really cool. I mean, it's like you're sitting, you know, not quite, but you know, like you're sitting in a Porsche or something. Relatively speaking, in terms of from what I've seen sitting in a Tesla. But Elon Musk rules. Tesla is the pioneer. All tongues must confess, all heads must bow. Tesla is the greatest. So not doubting that, but I'm just giving you an idea. And cost-wise, cost of actually acquiring the vehicle, and then cost of running it. I mean, it's phenomenal change. So I believe EVs don't just solve an environmental problem. As they're being mass produced, as the efficiency is improving, the cost is declining. They're solving an affordability issue as well. Fantastic. That's exactly what you need from a product: innovation, cost reduction, access. Fantastic. And forget range anxiety. Okay, if you have a home, you can get your charger installed there, but the infrastructure where I live, Dubai, vehicle chargers, the fast chargers, and kind of medium fast chargers being installed all over the place, and you have apps which tell you where to go, easy charging mechanisms through your app. So it's all moving. Final curve I'd like to show you is called the Lasonde Curve, and just take a look at this curve, and I would do your research, and you've probably seen it before as well. And I would say, in terms of Vulcan, we are at the low end of the orphan period in terms of its pricing, and then add in the fear index, add in the lithium price. Make your own conclusions. I've made mine, but I hope you find this useful. It was a short piece. Have a great weekend. Peace to all. And thanks for watching. I'll try and be more frequent and shorter with some of these clips. I want to cover a few more companies that I've invested in, I haven't talked about yet, but some really interesting ones. However, still, Vulcan Energy all the way up to end of 2025. I think we're going to climb up that Lasonde curve. All right, cheers, peace.